So my name is Francis, and this is Adi. So I'm originally from Canada, Toronto, Canada, and I moved here 20 years ago when I met Adi, and I met him on my second day here in Bali.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we've done lots of things, but previously we were wedding organizers and travel agents for very very high end weddings and hotels. And then in the past 6 years, we built our cooking school and the little wooden cottage, which is where we're sitting now. And the most recently during COVID-19, we've been running Feed Bali, which is where we're trying to basically feed families, as many families as possible during this time because many people don't have any income and we know that they need help. The cooking school, actually, again, because of Addie. So we had really, as I said, really high-end wedding and travel clients. So they always came to Bali. And these people are very interested in the real Bali and are very interested in the culture of Bali. So they're not the people that just hang out on the beach, not at all. So because especially wedding couples who know very well after a whole year of planning their wedding, so they would come back for their first anniversary, their second anniversary, all the time they would come back to Bali, and they always want to eat real Balinese food. So what happened, it was quite embarrassing for us because we knew that the Balinese food is not generally that hygienic at the time. So we thought, okay, the only way we can make this happen is if we cook it ourselves. And also most of the Balinese food is ceremonial food. So Balinese food is either very, very simple home cooking, like things like tempeh and mackerel or something, or very elaborate ceremony food. So neither one is that appropriate to give to guests because ceremony food is made by the village and not so clean. So Addie started cooking at our home with his parents and myself, and we would spend all day cooking the day before, preparing all the spice paste, and the next day I would set it up because of our wedding planners.
Just try to entertain them.
Just to say
Say
thank
thank
you
you.
and show our appreciation. And
Yeah.
and also, for personally, what was also happening in our lives was we were very successful at weddings, but because we were also at that time around 8 years ago now chosen as holy people, which is Pumangku in Bali. So Adi and I were both going to be Pumangku in the temple. So we knew with that responsibility, so you're a priest and a priestess at temple, we wouldn't have the time to devote to weddings like we did before because we would have to devote our time to temple. So we didn't have any more flexibility with our time. And we knew a cooking school business would be able to allow for us to do our responsibility at temple, whereas weddings couldn't. So we had to transition ourselves out of weddings and into the cooking school. You want to say that?
Well, with cooking class, we can interact with people. We can exchange something, knowledge, this and that. With the restaurant, actually, I don't know if you know that the restaurant business is very, very hard business. One day you can on the top, the next day you could just fall very hard. It's hard business, I would say. In the cooking class business, I would say like a steady, and at the same time, the client getting very attached to you, and like became very loyal to you. For example, for Feed Bali, actually, the people who donated to Feed Bali, actually, mostly for our client who came here doing cooking class, they feel like a family after they came, after they leave the cooking class.
Yeah, I think that's really important. The cooking class, what we love is with the interaction. We share a lot of our culture.
Yeah.
Because we talk a lot about our culture through our food. Because it's ceremonial food, most people, tourists, never have access here, just like the rest of the world, and confused, I would say. But 2 weeks later, we isolate ourselves. We close our cooking school and we
Cancel all the
our
bookings. Imagine that we have to return some money.
Like it was like millions of rupiah that we returned, like over 12 million.
Yep.
That was all our income for March. And then we sent our staff home with pay. And we said, we don't know what we're doing right now. We have to figure it out. And then on March 23rd, which is our daughter's birthday, we've been in isolation for 2 weeks. And our daughter said, you guys have to snap out of this. And we're like, we're right. You know what? We can't just sit around feeling sorry for ourselves. Because we're so grateful for what we have. And we can actually do something about this. Like, that's our capability. So that's when we decided, you know what? I'm going to ask my friends and family if they can donate $23 to feed a family for 2 weeks. And I just put out there on my social media. And then overnight, like 30 million was donated, right? We love food. We love cooking. And what we saw with a basic sambako, which is like lots of instant noodles and stuff like that, it's not nutrition. And we feel like for COVID, one of the ways to protect people is build immunity.
Yeah.
So we want to provide nutrition. So all our food is of the best quality, is the freshest quality, like we buy it the day before we give it, so that we know it can last for the 2 weeks. All our eggs are the freshest. So we really want to provide nutrition. That's why we created the Feed Bali package in this way. And what's really great is like other people have seen our efforts and they're also buying from some farmers. So we do see other charities doing the same thing, and we're really, really happy for that.
Yeah,
That's
happy for
great,
that.
actually.
Yeah.
That is not just like the government tobacco, which includes just mostly packaged things, whereas not the fresh things. So we really want to give the fresh items.
I see.
And because that also supports the farmers. So the second that we support the farmers, it goes into the local economy. So it actually helps drive the local economy as well and support the local economy. While we also want to give education. That's why I go from house to house. So we actually talk to each family directly and ask them what their situation is, see where they can save, see where they can plant their own food if they can, to explain to them that this is actually long term. This is a significant shift in the
Yeah,
world.
by that time they have
they
no
didn't- they
idea.
didn't really
They
understand
think
that.
just temporarily,
Like 2
but maybe like
months,
2
maybe.
months, and they're
Yeah.
gonna be over. Gonna be tourism will come back up again. We knew it's not gonna
We
be
knew
like that
that's not
at
gonna be like
all.
that.
We knew gonna be a long term thing that
Right.
we all gonna struggle,
And we
including
felt that,
us. Yeah.
we felt that because we were blessed with education and with this knowledge of all the information that we have from our guests, from what's happening in the world, we can help. And we know ourselves to grow vegetables. We know ourselves how to sustain
That's also
ourselves.
very very funny thing too.
Yeah.
Also, at the same time, we have the urgency to harvest our stuff. Actually, we're gonna do with all the lemongrass, galangal, turmeric. We're gonna do. We have so much of it. So when we donated our lemongrass, turmeric, and galangal, so we cut the lemongrass in certain way so they can regrow it at home.
Yeah.
Because we know this one gonna become like long term thing. They have to grow food at home. So when we donated our lemongrass and everything, for sure that we saw them. Okay, this one you can plant right away because I didn't cut it, like you cannot plant it anymore. So that's how we donate our lemongrass at the
And
beginning,
galangal too.
and galangal and turmeric.
And
So
chilies
some like
too,
we just
yeah.
okay, you can grow right away. Just put on your backyard, something like that. That's how it's like. So we teach some like this is gonna be the long term thing. Please grow something right now.
And we even
Back
showed them
then,
like you can do it in a pot first. And many homes have now covered up their beautiful gardens with like cement to make a little terrace. So it's even worth it for you to break the cement and make it in a garden. We told people that.
Yeah.
We said, break the cement. You don't need cement. You need food. And they're like, really? We need food. I'm like, you need food. And so you can grow anything that's going to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said that also within a community, because Balinese people are so community oriented. I said maybe your friend can grow lemongrass, another friend can grow like tomatoes, another friend can grow, and you guys can share. It's going to go back to that bartering system.
Like in
So
olden
we're not
days.
going to have cash, but we have food, so everyone can share the food. So if everyone can think that way, because like in the old days, so Adi used to tell me his parents, like we have a big garden in our home in Kurobokan too, and always people come to our house and says, oh, can I have some of that jambu air? Can I have some of your bananas? Can I have some of your mango? And we're all, yeah. And then if Adi says, oh, we need some lemongrass, he'd go, oh, go to Shirani's house to get some lemongrass. So everybody in the community knows who has what. It's like that was our community. Like, so we know that works because we lived it ourselves.